B in School of IT, Malaysia University of Science and Technology, Malaysia. So in this insightful session, Mr. Selvan will delve into the evolving landscape of the IT industry and shed light on the emerging skill sets that are becoming increasingly crucial for career success in this dynamic field. As technology continues to advance at a rapid pace, professionals in the IT sector must, adapt and acquire new skills to stay relevant and competitive. And Professor Selapan, with his wealth of experience, will provide valuable perspectives on specific skills that are in high demand, offering guidance to students and professionals alike on how to navigate the evolving IT job market. So, let me request Dr. Manju N. I request Dr. Manju N, Associate Professor from the Department of Information Science and Engineering, to introduce Professor Selapan. Thank you. Let me give a brief introduction.
Okay. So I can just this.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to speak to you all and welcome Dr. Sellappan Palaniappan. Dr. Sellappan Palaniappan is currently Professor of Information Technology and Dean of Information Technology at Malaysia University of Science and Technology. He holds a B degree in Statistics from University of Malaya, MSc in Computer Science from University of London, UK, and PhD in Interdisciplinary Information Science from University of Petersburg, USA. Professor Sellappan has been in the academia for over 35 years and has taught both undergraduate and postgraduate courses. His present interest includes data science, blockchain, cloud computing, quantum physics, DNA, neuroscience and energy, frequency and vibration for healing and wholeness. He has successfully supervised 25 PhD theses in informatics and 20 MSc theses in IT and has published over 100 scholarly research papers in peer-reviewed international journals and conference proceedings. He has written several IT texts for university students. It is an honor to welcome Professor Dr. P. Sellappan today, and we eagerly await an invited talk on new skill sets for IT careers. Let us express our gratitude for his presence and extend a warm welcome to Dr. Sellappan.
Okay, thank you.
So we eagerly anticipate your enlightening talk, sir. So I request you to take over the session.
Thank you. Thank you. I prepared the PowerPoint slides fast. Okay, so anyway, I already prepared some notes as well this morning. Um, Greetings from Malaysia University of Science and Technology, and happy to see you all. Relax, take it easy. It's not going to be so serious, just take it easy. Take away something from my talk this afternoon. Hopefully, it will be beneficial to you. And I know all of you are graduating soon and you will be looking for jobs and so on. Huh? So let me just start. Okay. Uh, Industry relevant. Is it working? It's working. Okay. Uh, okay. Next. Okay. India is the IT hub of the world. You have all the international giant tech companies like Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, everything is here already, So you are actually the IT experts in the world. Lot of talents, lot of abilities. So everybody is coming here, not going out. Of course, you are also going out. Also many Indians are working all over the world, including in US, including in Malaysia, in the IT sector as well. In the IT sector as well as engineering. So they are working. Okay. So you have tech giants, CEOs are Indians also, tech giants, Microsoft, Nadella, and Google, Sundar Pichai, and IBM, Arvind Krishna, and then there are many other IT industries in the US also headed by Indians as well. We have global tech companies in this country. In this country, Google, Microsoft, IBM. I think they are scattered all over the country. I think Bangalore is one of those, and I think Hyderabad and maybe other places. I'm not sure about myself, but anyway, it's nearby. Oracle, Intel, Accenture, Cisco, Apple, Samsung, all are coming here because you have the talents. You are, IT savvy. Local tech companies, of course, you have Infosys, Wipro, Tata, HCL Technologies also there. So India is the IT hub of the world, come to think of. Everybody is coming here. And also, of course, Indians also going out to other countries as well. Okay, next one. Next, please. Yeah. And my personal journey, okay, I started long, long time ago. My personal journey was with IBM 1130, huge machine with 8 megabytes of memory. 8 megabytes of memory, huge machine with punch cards, disk units, one whole big room with 8 megabytes of memory and key punches and disk drives. That was my starting with ITM. That was long, long time ago. Punch cards. You make one mistake, you punch one hole wrongly, throw away and punch another time. And then you think the cycle time is rather long. So I learned assembly language. I learned Fortran, COBOL. You probably never heard of it now. Fortran, COBOL, GW Basic, ALGOL, also Pascal, Simula. Simula is a simulation language. The more like ALGOL, more like Pascal, but it's also you can do simulation with the ALGOL. I think it was developed by either Norwegians or Scandinavians. I forgot now. Okay. C. When I was doing my PhD in the US, that is the time C was coming. C was coming. Then I learned C++, C Sharp, Java, Visual Basic, Python, almost all the languages. Almost all the languages. I've been introduced to almost all the languages. But basically, from C onwards, I do on my own. So IT students have to do lot of self-learning. Once you have the basics, you already got the basics in here in this university. Once you have the basics, you can pick up almost any skills. Any IT skills you need, you should be able to pick up. You have the foundation, you have excellent teachers, so you should be able to pick up a lot of skills as and when needed. When you join an industry, you don't have all the skills yet. So you have to really pick up the skills. You and as an academic, I also have to pick up the skills. Okay. So my database is Access, SQL Server, MySQL, and SQLite, and so on. And I've written several IT books, mostly on programming, as you can see, from C, C++, C Sharp, Visual Basic, database book also I've written, and Pascal, Java, almost all the books, Python written. I've taught over the years, I've taught many subjects, many IT subjects, data structure, software engineering, system analysis and design, all those things I've taught. But nowadays I don't teach much. I'm the dean of the school, so I only teach 2 to 3 subjects. I also supervise many PhD and master students, many actually, 25 PhD students and 30 master students is a lot of students passed through me. Okay, next, please. So you don't have to do all those things. You can do very fast. You can do within 2 3 years. You can pick up a lot of skills, very valuable skills, and you can just okay. Universities has a certain role. Industries prefer certain type of graduates. Industry has certain requirements. They have to fulfill those requirements in order to function. Okay. One of those is the role of higher education institution. Educational institutions governed by regulatory bodies. I'm sure every country has regulatory bodies. So they have to meet the requirements of the regulatory bodies. In our country, it's called the Ministry of Education. and there is also quality assurance, a unit as well. So HI cannot offer any academic programs. I think is similar here unless it is approved. Every program has to be approved by the stakeholders before you can run. Okay, and then eventually have to be accredited in order to so that you can franchise your program. You can do other things. Each program also comes from program standards. Program standards, for example, computer science, bachelor's in computer science, you have program standards. So that means all the curriculum, all the courses that you offer, all the electives, core courses, university courses, everything has to meet these program objectives. So every university has to comply by these rules. Each program also consists of a number of credits. For example, bachelor's is 120 credits in our university. I think here is probably the same, probably the same 120 credits over the years, so they have to fulfill. And master's is 40 credits, and so on. So each program must have fulfilled the program learning outcomes. Program learning outcomes, and for each course you have course learning. So all the courses that you take in the program must fulfill the program outcomes. Okay, so otherwise you are not fulfilling the requirements of the regulatory body. They must cover several learning objectives. I think all of you are familiar with Bloom's taxonomy. You have the cognitive skills, you have the psychomotor skills, you have the what do you call affective skills. All these skills. Huh? This one is it? This one is it? Yeah. Okay. Okay, cognitive skills. So all these are included. This one. Okay, thank you. So includes a body of knowledge that includes understanding, application, analysis, evaluation, and creation of products, and so on. HEI's higher educational institutions are also aware of accreditation bodies like QS accreditation. You may have your own local accreditation, international accreditation. So they must also be aware and be participate in some of those accreditation bodies. Okay, so that is also important. Uh, and we participate in QS as well as local accreditation bodies as well. So they all have certain criteria for evaluation, and these criteria can change over time. Year to year, or maybe once in 2 years, the criteria may change. So universities must be aware of what criteria they use in order to rank or rate the university. These ranking and rating is sort of big business today. They want high ranking, 5 stars, 6 stars, and so on. So there is ranking, rating. Okay, accreditation bodies, as I mentioned, besides regulatory bodies, they must also consider national and international accreditation. They use certain criteria. I think I already mentioned the ranking rating is based on is useful for branding and marketing and for internationalization as well as for receiving grants from industry, because if you're highly ranked university, then you tend to attract research grants and things like that. So I think this one I may not want to use. I think you already know Bloom's taxonomy and so on, so I will just skip. Okay, this is where you are interested, the job market. Um, you can always find jobs. I was never unemployed. In my 75, I'm 76, I'm active. I'm 76, I'm active, I'm never unemployed. Right from high school, I worked as a temporary teacher. Then I went to bachelor's degree. No, I worked for a three years in a laboratory, chemistry, kind of rubber, oil pump, titration, all those things I did for 3 years. So that was after my high school, I think high school. Then after that, I went to university. After that, I did my master's. I was never unemployed. Okay. So you IT graduates, you don't have to be unemployed. Even if there is a period of unemployment, don't worry. Okay. You must, the attitude is more important. Okay. What do business companies want? They want to, they want the most inexpensive way as possible to solve their problems. Inexpensive way, and they want the shortest possible way solutions. Okay, if you take 1 year to do some project, I think it's too long. In this age, in this time and age, is too long. So it has to be fast delivery, and then it's the most innovative way possible. I mean, there is also quality conscious. You must be quality conscious as well. So this is what businesses are looking for: inexpensive solution, fast delivery, and the quality is there, and also you have this shortest possible time. All these are important requirements for software developers. Developers, whether you're doing it individually in a company or your own company, that is the game. So this requires understanding customer problems. Customers, you need to know what the customers are experiencing, what are their challenges, what are their problems, and then you need to address those problems. And understanding various technologies as well. I'm sure you are all exposed in the last 3 years or so. You have been exposed to many technologies. You may not be super smart in everything yet. I mean, this is a university environment. They can only teach you so many hours. Uh, Anyway, you are exposed to many technologies, and new technologies is all the way. Every year you have new technologies, so you need to familiarize yourself with the new technologies. You see, once you have the foundation, I think you should have no problem. Even at my age, I have no problem picking up new technologies. Okay. So understanding technologies that are available and pulling resources, integrating tools. Integration is a big thing today. I think you need to know how to, the technologies are all there. Many technologies are there. You need to be able to integrate and come out with a solution to whatever the business requires. And then follow up with after deployment support, maintaining good relationship with customers, very important. Sorry, I should be here. Oh, yeah. So you have both hard and soft skills. Hard skills are the technical skills. Okay. Hard skills are the technical skills. You need to have, you need to solve problems, you need to do coding, you need to do database, you need to do whatever that technology require, I mean, problem requires. So hard skills will be like database. Database is very, very important because all the data, all the organizations, everywhere is you need a database, whether it is a sequential SQL database or NoSQL database. You need to have database knowledge, very, very important. You should have a good knowledge of SQL commands and things like that. Software development, all these agile technologies, agile methodologies, Scrum Master, and all those things are also absolutely useful. Web and mobile application is in thing. Everything is on the web or in your mobile application, and okay, all those things are there. Hardware deployment. Hardware nowadays you have less. You still have hardwares. Now hardwares are so many different types. You have laptops, you have PC desktops, you have mobile. So all these things are also you need to be able to deploy. Operating systems like Linux is very valuable. Linux, of course, Windows, Apple, and so on. Data science is in thing. AI and data science, machine learning is, I think now there are so many AI tools. I just Googled the, last preparing for the conference, I Googled it. There are so many AI tools now for coding, for integrating, for text to speech to text, all sorts of AI tools are there. So you may not have to develop from the beginning, it is already available. You must understand how these technologies work and how to integrate these technologies so that you can produce a solution at a very rapid, in a very short time. So you need to understand how these things work. Integrate. Integration is very, very important. So data science, machine learning, deep learning, all those things, cybersecurity and blockchain are part of the security. The security issues come because of basically human ethics. Lah. If there is ethics, if everybody is ethics concerned, then there is no need to worry about cybersecurity. People may make mistakes and things like that, but now you have all the ransomware, lah, all those things. So security in an imperfect world with twisted minds, you have to have still security until such time that these people are honest. They are not going to steal your information, steal your data, and things like that. So blockchain is also becoming popular, but I don't know to what extent it is implemented. I know the implementations are sort of not too widespread, but some companies, some governments are implementing in certain areas. So blockchain, you should also be familiar how blockchains work and cryptocurrency and all those things work. AI tools, AI tools is the in thing and integration, as I mentioned, and user experience design, all those things are also very important. Huh? Technical writing, social media, and robotic process automation, that is also important. You can automate, routine processes. You can automate so that you don't have to waste so much time. And Power BI. Power BI is another important tool nowadays, all the dashboards and everything. So if you know Excel, then Power BI is basically based on Excel, and you can create impressive graphs, visualizations, graphs. You can get immediate answers on the go. Okay, so those are very important tools for companies, for businesses. Okay, soft skills, very important. Hard skills, yeah, is very important too. Okay, soft skills are also equally important. Communication, yes, especially if you're working in an organization, you need to communicate with your bosses, with your colleagues, with your peers, with other departments. So you need to know how to communicate. I mean, communication must be, friendly communication, business kind of communication, organizational skills, analytic abilities, creativity. I mean, we have two sides of the brain, right? Right side and left side. Right side, no, left side is all the logic, fact, fact, logic, analysis, all the right side of the brain. Sorry, left side of the brain. Then you have the right side, creativity, imagination, intuition. All those is the right side of your brain. We are very good on the left side of the brain. We are still catching up on the right side of the brain. You go and find out all those right side, left side, their functions, what they do. So it's important. Creativity is important. You can come out with a creative solution just like that. While you're walking, while you're jogging, maybe while you're on the desktop, ideas may not necessarily come. But sometimes you're walking, you're eating, you're chatting with people, the ideas may come. So ideas can come anytime, anywhere. Project management skills, again, very important. You may be given a task, a project, ask you to finish in a certain time with certain resources. You should be able to do it on time or well before time. Okay, so that is very important skill for IT students. Yeah, problem solving, resourcefulness, leadership, flexibility, team building, loyalty, good attitudes, positive vibes. All these are important, although they are soft skills, but they are equally important because you need to work with other people. You need to work with your colleagues. with your bosses, with other departments in the same company, or maybe outside, what do you call, customers. So you need to be able to communicate, uh, build the links, build the relationship. It's all about relationship. Our business is all about relationship. If you know people, you have business. You don't know people, you don't have business. So it's important to build good customer relationship. Internal, external, all these are very, very important. Okay, hard skills, I think you have learned most of it already, so I don't want to labor on it. Programming skills, I think Python for data science, AI, speech, natural language processing, all this is Python is the number one language. I think all the big giants are using Facebook, all are using Python. But you have others, Java, C Sharp, all good for other things as well. Okay, JavaScript, understanding basic algorithms and data structures also important. So these are, you don't need to know all the languages. If you can just master three, four languages, then that is good enough. You should be able to do it well. Web development languages, again, CSS, HTML, and so on. Then there is also React, Angular, Vue, and so on. That is also becoming popular. Then knowledge of back-end development, front-end, back-end development, all also important. So all these are technical knowledge. This is all hard skills. Hard skills you need to know. Database again is a must. You should be able to know and work with databases. I think all the databases are quite similar, so shouldn't be any problem. Then also, of course, increasingly you have no SQL like MongoDB and so on. Operating system, Unix or Linux. It's Linux. Unix is the older one. Linux is also very, very important. Linux operating system, and of course, Windows. Uh, Networking, yeah, if you are in the networking area, you need to be able to connect all the devices, mobile, laptop, desktop, servers, everything. You need to be able to connect Wi-Fi and all these firewalls and all those things are just as important, especially if you're managing the IT hardware assets in a company, in an institution, you need to be familiar with all those things. All those things. Cyber security is a big thing because there are people who create problems, So you need to address those problems. It is coming from outside, or it can be usually from outside. So you need to address the cyber security. Ransomware. I think many companies, including banks, financial institutions, have lost a lot of money because of ransomware. You cannot function. Even in the US, you cannot function. Where these attacks are coming from, whether it's Russia or some other places, we don't know where it is coming from, but they hold you ransom. Okay, you pay money, then you can operate. You don't pay money, you cannot operate. So that kind of thing. So these transactions, payments, could be millions, sometimes they are not announced because the company will lose their reputation and people may not come to their company, like banks, for example. If you say your security is flawed, then customers all will run away from your bank, and go to some other banks which have better security. So usually these are not reported, but it is real. So knowledge of security is very, very important for almost everyone. It's important. Data science, business intelligence, and business analytics. Again, all the businesses require some kind of intelligence. Of course, now you have software tools to do all those things. So basically, you must know how to get the data, turn out the results, and then interpret the results and provide insightful information to the company. Software development cycle, I think all of you are familiar. Cloud computing, of course, in the last 15 years maybe, cloud computing is the norm. Everybody goes for cloud computing because you don't need high investment. You pay as you go, and then security is taken care of, the hardware, software, platform, all taken care of. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. Companies can go, on easy. You no need to buy so much of hardware, so much of software. So cloud computing is the way to go. So you need to be familiar with cloud computing, like Azure, Microsoft Azure, Amazon Web Service, and Google Cloud. All these are popular cloud-based systems. You need to know public cloud, private cloud, hybrid clouds, and things like that. Development and operations. Again, there is development, there is operation. So there has to be close, seamless connection between development and operations. So in a company, there is development constantly developing, and there is operation. So there must be seamless integration, connection. Again, it's very important skills. Mobile applications, very important. Version control, yeah, version control. All the time we have different versions coming up. Okay, version 1, version 2, version 3. The GitHub, that is a platform for you to have version control. Yeah, version control. Multimedia software, some people are very good in creative things, so they can do multimedia, Adobe graphics, all those things. Now, of course, you have the anime video. Video skills are also important. Video, animation. Now you have metaverse, games. All these are also becoming important. But you don't have to be good in everything. Yeah. Maybe some people are good in this. Let them go do that. If you may be good in this one, you go for that. You don't have to know everything. I think it's almost impossible to know everything. Okay. Um, Companies want you to have certification, Microsoft certification, for example, cloud, Azure computing, Azure or business intelligence or something. But if you have the knowledge is important. Whether you have a certificate, of course, certificate carries some weight in some organizations, so it might be good to have a certification as well. Okay, familiarity with AI tools. Since the introduction of ChatGPT, everybody knows ChatGPT. Everybody uses to for when they're communicating, writing code. So there is a lot of challenges now. What about the codes that you write? Now it can generate code. It may not be 100% correct. They usually put a disclaimer at the end. If you look at carefully in your ChatGPT response, they usually put a disclaimer at the end. You should test the software, adjust it according to your needs and things like that. They always put a disclaimer. That means you don't take all the code, just run it and then produce it. It may not may work. It may work. Sometimes it may not work, especially if your data is coming from somewhere. It may not necessarily work. So you still need to know coding knowledge. If you don't know coding knowledge, then obviously ChatGPT may generate code. If you have to tweak it a bit, you won't know because you don't know the coding. So you need to know all the coding. Okay, Java is one, Python is another one. JavaScript. All these you need to know coding. C sharp. I've tried so many. ChatGPT generates code. Pretty much okay. But again, you need to query your code. Query your you need to give more specific information to the chat GPT to give you the correct. Of course, in coding, we want shorter code. We don't want long code. I give to my students, put part A, part B, part C, they copy the code, they put it like that. Then it gives you part A, part B. They are not combined. The code is long. That's not a good idea. In coding, uh, you want speed, you want good algorithms. You don't need so many for loops, for example. Okay, if you have just one for loop, you can do all the parts. Okay, so you need to. Okay, machine language framework. This is all becoming very important. For Python, I think machine language, natural language processing, deep learning. I think Python is the language. I think there are other languages, but Python is one of the most popular languages for this kind of thing. And so you need to know, if you are involved in that kind of thing, then you need to know Python, how to import the various packages and how to use the various packages and do all the pre-processing, everything that you need to do. Data science and analysis, of course, you have all these pandas, NumPy, all those things you need to know as well, like if you're in the data science area. Natural language toolkit, again, natural language has gone a long way. It has become, it can really do fantastic jobs. They use many deep learning layers, deep learning layers. Some got 12 layers, 8 layers, and so on. So image pattern recognition, image character recognition, all got so many layers. Computer vision, robots. I think today only I saw in the Facebook robots almost. I mean, they are not humans yet, lah. They cannot be humans, lah. Okay, they are robots. They try to understand and interact in a human-like manner, but we are doing all sorts of robots, working in offices, working in restaurants, working in hospitals. So there are robots. Increasingly, there are more and more robots coming for specific purposes. Um, I don't know how much energy they consume. Energy can be a big issue. Energy, battery. I don't know how long it could be. Anyway, these are all coming. People are producing all sorts of robots, uh, computer vision, autonomous vehicles. I think they're introducing in Los Angeles or somewhere Jaguar. The other day I saw they are already using, maybe on a very small scale, autonomous vehicles. So are you comfortable driving in the autonomous vehicle in Bangalore, for example? I'm not too sure. Lah. So how expensive is autonomous vehicles? Of course, electric vehicles are there. I think it's catching up as well. I think here also I saw some electric vehicles. In Malaysia also, China is investing in a big way electric vehicles. But autonomous vehicles is a different thing. Okay, autonomous vehicles, you know, you need lots of sensors, cameras and things like that. So I don't know how people will, but it is still some way, lah. Hey, now you have customer service. Customer service, you ring up a bank. There is no human being answering your call. There is all chat box, all those automated chatbots are conversing with you. They're all using your language, interpreting your language, and giving you answers more like a human way. But sometimes, it's all automated voice. Huh? Speech recognition. I mean, there is lot of AI-based tools available. For example, recently we had a conference in our, not conference, colloquium in our university. There is presenters, industry speakers, as well as academic speakers. They speak in English. There are some China students in the same room. The China students, the English is not good. So what do? They translate from English automatically to Chinese Mandarin or whatever. So they could do it. They could do it. So I'm speaking in English. Somebody else is getting that in Chinese. So it's all audio, speech to text, text to speech or audio, So that kind of thing is available now, how to integrate and put. For example, if I speak here, can people hear in Chinese language, in Vietnam language, in Hindi language? Can it be done in real time? in real time. I speak, and can it be translated into different languages in different locations in real time? I mean, of course, there is time zone differences, lah, but there are technologies to do. But we have not, you have Zoom and MS Teams and things like that. You are doing it in one language, but you could translate automatically in different languages. So these are all technologies you need to integrate and work together to produce whatever the customer wants. Okay, whatever the customer wants. Uh, Cloud services, speech recognition. Again, I think you're all quite familiar, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, AI ethics. Okay, ethics is important. I think with so many AI tools, ethics is so important because somebody will, mimic you as though you are speaking, but actually you didn't do anything. Especially the political leaders like Modi, for example, somebody may put, ask, may mimic him, but he is not speaking. But you can mimic almost the same kind of, mouth movement, this, everything. So there has to be ethics. If people are unethical, you can have whatever technologies, but still you'll have problems because people are unethical. So ethics is important in our own personal lives. Ethics is important, you know. So it's so important that we need to take care of that. Okay, code generators, plenty, huh? Now we have so many AI tools. Since the introduction of ChatGPT, you have Bard, you have Cloudy, you have Deep Code is it? Dialogflow, Lambda, Chatsonic, so many. You can Google and find out. There are so many IT tools for different purposes. Some are general AI tools, some are specific AI tools. So you need to at least know what these AI tools use. Some of them are paid version. Paid version, of course, will have a better features. But whatever tools, whether paid or not paid, you need to be able to know what technologies are available and how you can use it. And of course, these technologies will constantly be upgraded. I mean, that is the IT world, constantly be upgraded. So you should be able to follow up. Okay. So basically, you can generate code. So what about your programming? You still need to know programming languages. Otherwise, the code, you may need to tweak it. You may not know whether it is working 100%. You need to test it. All this is part of your, responsibility. So you still need to know code. That means, oh, you cannot say, I don't need to learn Python. I don't need to learn Java. Oh, no, no, no. I don't think so. You still need to learn. Okay. Only thing in companies, for example, if a company employs 10 programmers, now with the chat GPT or what other coding software, they may not need 10 programmers. They may reduce to maybe 2 programmers or 3 programmers who are good in the language and the code is generated automatically. And so they can save on number of programmers, for example. So this can be a real challenge. This can be a real challenge, but again, there are other opportunities that you can go through. I think all these you're quite familiar, like Deep Code, Copilot, all those Tabline, Codex, all these are code generating tools. So you can generate code in Java, Python, C Sharp, all those things are code generators. Language tools. I think I already mentioned, but language tools are becoming more and more sophisticated. I think they pretty much can generate very well. They have, encoder. encoder, decoder to generate from one language to another language. They have encoder and decoder, many layers in each, many deep layers in each. Yeah? So all these can generate pretty much. So language generation is not an issue. You already have enough material, and how to use, how to integrate is your concern. Huh? Okay, spam filters. I still get spam mails, but real mails. Genuine mails goes into spam filter. I think you also probably get it. So still not 100% accurate, right? You still get maybe 95% accurate. Some genuine mail goes into this. Some other mail comes to your real mail. No, what do you call it? Yeah. So you still have issues because the intention is not there. We don't know who is sending to who. Okay, let's say somebody sends a mail. Oh, you win a lottery or something like that. Then the spam filter will probably recognize lah, you know. But again, it just follows from whom, which domain. The domain is also now they go to what you call uh, I think there is now checking which domain you're emailing from, which industry domain. Okay, which maybe they learn about you lah. They learn about you somewhere, and then they can recognize and filter accordingly. So anyway, if you can get 99.9% accuracy, maybe that is a good thing. Okay, building new applications. What about researchers? Let's say I'm doing a PhD research or master's research. You have various chapters, right? Literature review and so on. What about if I Google, or not Google, use one of the AI tools, one or more of the AI tools? Okay, I want literature review of this topic. This is my thesis topic. I want literature review, one whole chapter. Usually people write one whole chapter on literature review. Can I use one of these AI tools or more than one AI tools to extract all the information related to this, right? And to be able to summarize? You have summarization tools as well to summarize and identify the gaps as well. If you can do that, you pretty much finish one chapter already. But these AI tools don't have access to journal articles yet. I try to find out whether they can have access to journal articles. They cannot because it's proprietary, it's proprietary, it's a paid thing. So if they can get access to journal articles like IEEE, data science journals, and so on, if it can pull all the data, summarize, identify the gaps, I have one chapter already. I have one chapter. Well, but if you have such things, when it comes to Viva, you may not be able to answer. Maybe you can answer, or maybe you cannot answer. Whatever it is, there is lot of help you can get from all these AI tools today. Whether you're doing research, it is going to be an in thing. Whether you want to use it or not, you better use it. You better use it because it is going to be everywhere in the companies, in the research. It is going to be there. So you become familiar with the AI tools. But again, your input is important. Your way of doing things is important, even though the AI tools can give you a lot of help. But again, you need to fit in a way that is appropriate. Okay. Software engineer, I already mentioned about Deep Code, File Copilot. All these can generate code in any language. There is also one language which can generate from AI tool from one language to another language. Let's say I wrote in Python. write in Java or something like that. There is also quote from one language to another language. Um, Newscaster, I think this one is. What about all these news readers and newscasters? Nowadays, can you have robots? Can you have chatbots? They can almost mimic your, not fully, not fully, but they can mimic sort of. You can have household robots. You can have office robots. You can have, hospital robots. All sorts of robots. Of course, robots are heavily used in manufacturing industry. They are heavily used. So you have plenty actually. Yeah. Um, what about songs? Songs and movies. Can you use AI tools to produce songs, and movies? Because it's all frequency. It's all frequency. So if you can get the frequencies of certain famous singers, you can have the script, you know, you can generate songs too. So all these are becoming sort of, you know, challenging. This is this is durians. We call it durians. Durian, lot of thorns on the outside. Lot of thorns on the outside. I don't know whether you have durians here. You have something like jackfruit, lah. Something like jackfruit. But jackfruit, the thorns are not so painful. Okay, you can touch. I think should be no problem. These are durian sharp thorns. Sharp thorns. You cannot simply take like that. It will prick your fingers and so on. So how do you and these the trees can be quite tall. The trees can be quite tall, and it's difficult to you cannot climb up the trees and pluck the fruits. So you need more like drones, more like drones. I see coconut trees, thousands and thousands of coconut trees all along from Bangalore to Mysore. Can you have drones? Are you using drones? Because otherwise, people have to climb. Of course, they are very skilled in climbing and plucking the fruits and so on. Drones maybe save time, maybe, I don't know. So there are applications you can develop. One of our students developed the tool blind smart blind stick. The smart blind stick, AI based. You have sensors for detecting curbs, water, and other kind of obstructions. And she got a gold certificate for that. She got a gold certificate for that, but not patented yet. No, 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 not patented yet. So if somebody can come something that is useful for the community, and if you can develop some smart device, useful, patent it, then that could be a good invention. Good invention. So that can be a good invention. Yeah. Okay. There is Rife frequency, Rife machines. I don't know whether you've heard about Rife machines, Spooky 2 machines, Spooky 2 Rife machines. These are frequency generators. These are frequency generators. Increasingly, they are being used in treating people using frequencies. You are all vibration. You are vibrating now. I'm vibrating. You are vibrating. Everybody is vibrating. We are all frequencies. You drill down, you are all waves. You're all waves and frequencies. All your body parts are functioning at a certain frequency. So there are people using in America, in UK, in Australia, New Zealand, in other places as well. They're using frequency devices to treat sicknesses. Maybe not injuries, like we're not talking about injuries and things like that, but chronic diseases, or all sorts of illness, because everything is frequency. Let's say people with cancer cells, it is vibrating at a certain frequency. Nowadays they apply what chemotherapy and all those things, right? But chemotherapy kills good organs as well as the bad things cells. Whereas frequency, good cells operate at a certain frequency. Cancer cells operate at a lower frequency. So if you can target using frequencies, you are targeting the exact type of cells. So it is what do you call, non-invasive. So people are using, I think they call different names, different name, science, whatever the names. So they are using Spooky 2 and Rife machines for healing sicknesses and things like that. So this is Rife machine. Again, all these all the AI modules can go in because it's a computer integrated, it's computer integrated. So these can be, I mean, if you're a medical doctor, maybe you can do that, maybe you can try, the investment is not much. The investment is very little. Maybe, I don't know about here, but it is anyway a small investment. But you need to know, how it all works, the principles behind it, and all those things. Okay, integration of disciplines. There are three things. There is integration of disciplines. Nowadays, it's not just IT. Just IT is limited. I mean, it's still got a lot, but it's limited. Integration of discipline, IT in agriculture, IT in education, IT in health, IT in whatever. Okay, so everywhere, logistics and engineering and supermarkets. I don't know about the supermarkets here. I haven't gone in one. What if you have? I think some in the US are already doing Walmart and all the other supermarkets where you can go and purchase whatever you are purchasing and you just bring. There is no counter girl, there is no cashier there. You just pay all electronic. They can capture everything what products you are purchasing, put in your shopping cart. Then everything is calculated automatically, and all the servers are updated. Everything. So which means you don't need to employ so many cashiers, sellers at the end. Of course, that is not good for the economy. I mean, for the people. Hey, what do I do? If you employ 100 cashiers and now no cashiers. I mean, these are challenges, but integration of devices, IoT sensors, again, uh, all these integration of devices is very important as well. IoT lah, basically is IoT, like the smart walking stick, the smart blind stick, robots, your drones. All these are IoT kind of applications. And integration of AI, machine learning in almost nowadays, almost all the products are being redone using AI models, AI models. So the businesses all the tools are becoming more intelligent. Your database, SQL server, it is not just getting the information only. Now with the AI included in your database, it can give you more intelligent information, maybe dashboards included there. It can, so all the tools are becoming more intelligent. Okay, intelligence is incorporated in the tools, hardware and software. Okay, soft skills, I think I already mentioned. Now come to the more on the right side of the brain. Okay, left side, all the machine learning, deep learning, all those logic, everything is there. You need to discover yourself, assess yourself, what you're good. You may be good in everything. I tried to pick up piano lessons when I don't know. I went for a few classes. It's not for me. It's not for me. I like music, but I don't know how to play music. Okay, so it's not everybody is good in everything. Okay, so let's be, we don't have to be, we don't have to know all. Okay, So you take an inventory of yourself, what you like, your passion, what you're good at, so you can pursue that. There are things that you can pick up quite easily, but there are things you really don't like. Then it's no point for you to do something that you don't like, you don't enjoy. If you don't enjoy, you don't like, you won't do a good job. Let's put it that way, lah. Huh? You won't do a good job because you don't enjoy doing it, you don't like it. Okay, so it's important. So what you're good at, what you like, what you cannot and don't want to do, have a positive image. I think it's so important to have a positive image of yourself. Many people have negative images. They don't see themselves as valuable, as important, as have something they can contribute. I think this is, this is important to have a positive image and attitude of yourself. That goes a long way in your job, in your life. Actually, goes a long way. Believe and trust yourself. Believe. We are human beings are designed and wired for success. All human beings, no matter who you are, what background you come from, doesn't matter. All human beings are designed and wired for success. You must believe, okay? That means you can be successful in life, successful in some things. Remember, you are a unique creation. You are a unique person in this whole world. There is nobody like you in the whole world. When you believe that, you look around, nobody like you. You have a unique destiny, you have a unique blueprint that only you can do. I cannot do. I cannot be you. You cannot be me. Everybody is unique. So you have something unique to contribute to the rest of the world. Something unique to contribute to the rest of the world. Yeah, you're unique. There is nobody like you. Your experience, your talents, your abilities, your way of looking at life, your way of looking at things. You are unique. You are custom. You are So you need to have believe yourself. You are valuable. You can be successful. Have a can-do attitude. Okay. You see, um, am I don't know. I'm just going on. Okay, I'll finish it fast. Okay. You see, we have been programmed by society, our teachers, our parents, our neighbors, our politicians, our community. We have been programmed all our lives. Since we were born, we are programmed. We have the conscious mind, we have the subconscious mind. Okay? A lot of the things, both positive and negative, are stored in your subconscious mind. Like an iceberg, you see a little bit on the, but the big portion is at the bottom. Okay? Iceberg. So the iceberg is like a pre-trained model. It's like a pre-trained human model. So anything that comes, this pops up. Your subconscious thing comes up. Negative things also comes up. If it is positive, if your program, if your subconscious programming is all positive, it's good, well and good. But if it is all negative, oh, I'm no good, my teachers say so, my parents say so, then it is going to affect you. Then it is going to affect you. So you must, uh, you know, get rid of all the negative voices. You must get rid of the negative voices. Shut your negative voices. If other people say, you say to yourself. Sometimes we say to ourselves, negative voice, oh, I cannot do this. Oh, I'm not good. I'm useless. These are all negative voices. It can come from you or from other people. So you need to shut all these, negative voices. You can do, you you can do. You're useful. You're unique. All those things. Job preference, of course. Now you can work for other people. Initially, you may want to work for other people because you don't have much experience. You want to learn how organizations function, how companies work, how they, do business and things like that. Initially, it's good for you to work for the people. Okay. Then later, of course, you have local companies. You have offshore companies. You can do business with offshore companies. IT people are more free. They can work here. Their employer can be in UK or US or somewhere. So you can do that. You have that flexibility because in your IT world, okay. You can be later self-employed, if possible, or you can be a gig worker. You take business when and as it comes. But I'm not too sure how good the gig economy is, lah. Challenges, yeah, fixed time, flexi time, finding business and connections. Of course, if you are doing your own business, you need to have good connections. Otherwise, where do you get the business? You need to get business, whether from the government, from the state, from the private. You need to have good relationship, good connections. Otherwise, you may not be able to get the business that you need. Okay. Okay. I think stumbling blocks I've already mentioned. I think. Okay. Most have been programmed negatively by society, what others say, what we say about ourselves, fear of failure. Think who? Thomas Edison, is it? Thomas Edison, the light bulb. He made so many, I don't know how many hundreds, failures. All these failures is a learning opportunity to learn something, not to do this way, do another way. Okay, so fear of failure. We all have victim mentality to one degree or another. I come from a poor family. My parents are not educated. I'm coming actually from that family. I'm a single parent child, all 75 years. Okay, single parent, parents not educated, coming from a village. But, you know, it has been good for me, all the way, no problem. Of course, I learned all this recently, not then. No, only recently I learned all these things. So victim mentality. So no matter what situation you are coming from, have a positive opinion about yourself. Very important. Good attitude. I can do. I'm important. I'm worthy. I'm valuable. All these are important. So all these are negative stumbling blocks. You need to get rid of. Okay. While seeking jobs, let's say you are applying for jobs, you have a resume, you are applying for jobs. What do you do? Let's say you don't have a job for 3 months or 4 months or whatever. Can you take up some voluntary job, volunteer work? I used to be a volunteer for so long. I've been volunteer for. I used to do counseling in the prisons for 10 over years. Not every day, lah, no, once a month kind of thing. And I used to edit a magazine for 10 over years, quarterly magazines, I think quarterly magazines. No money, no nothing. We are happy to do it. I used to teach students mathematics at the school, I think standard C, we call it, I don't know, level 5 or 6. I used to teach mathematics to Tamil school children. So when you have no job, when you are applying for job, do some volunteer work, no matter what the volunteer work is. You feel a sense of satisfaction when you're contributing something to others. And once I applied for a job, I wasn't sure whether my contract was going to be renewed. I applied for a job to another university. It's a government university. Of course, I sent all my CV, certificates, and everything. So I was called for interview, and the question he asked me only on the volunteer service, and he hired me, paid me the top salary. He didn't ask me all the academic things, only the volunteer thing. Can you do this in our university with the students? And he gave me a job. Unfortunately, I didn't pick up the job. But so some employers will look for, can you do something beyond without being asked to do? Companies have this corporate social responsibility. I think JSS is a good place. I think your chairman or whatever, all philanthropic kind of activities, I think they're doing still all over the world. That is fantastic. I learned from the guest house manager or whatever. And also, I think you told me. I think, yeah, you told me. These are good things. I mean, life is not all do it for myself, I, me, and myself. It's not about I, me, and myself. It's about other people as well. So you need to spend some time to give yourself. Give yourself. You may not have the money to give, but you can give your time. You can give your talents. You can give your abilities. Make some people happier. Somehow it returns back. Somehow, I don't know how it comes back. So that's what I'm trying to say here. By the way, my son does comes to India, I think about 6 times a year. He comes to Bangalore, he goes to New Delhi, he works with IT graduates like you. I think he has a team of people in New Delhi, team of people in Bangalore. So he comes every now and then. They have international business. He works for Software One, and he also has other teams in China, in Vietnam, and other places. So he works with IT people in different countries. So he works for Software One. It's a big billion dollar company. So anyway, loyalty is important. Of course, if you don't like the company, then by all means quit. But try to be loyal to the company. Don't jump for 100 rupee increase. You don't want to jump lah. Not worth it lah. Not worth it. It's not good for your resume. It's not worth it. So try to do your best in your job. It's very important. Employers are always looking for what kind of people I have. Do your best job possible. Whatever job given, whatever challenges, do your best, produce a quality work, then your employer is pleased and he can count on you. Then when promotion comes, when bonus comes, they always think about you. It goes a long way, okay? So do your best job possible, be loyal, keep promises. Of course, there will be challenges. You can ask your colleagues, you can even tell your boss, these are my challenges. How do I handle these? By all means, be transparent, communicate. So all this is important, important, I think. I don't take any medical leave. Can you believe that? I've not taken medical leave in 20 years. No COVID, no nothing, 20 years I've not taken medical leave. No medical expenses, no medical leave. So I try to keep a positive mindset. There is a there is a branch of neuroscience called neuroplasticity. There is a branch of neuroscience called neuroplasticity. Plastic mean is stretchable, right? Plastic mean is stretchable. But of course, you are not stretching your brain. Okay, there is a famous cognitive neuroscientist by the name of Dr. Caroline Leaf. She worked with hundreds of students, hundreds of teachers, even damaged children, even brain damaged children. She's a cognitive neuroscientist. Okay, written many books, produced many videos. So this neuroplasticity is like this. If you think, keep your positive thoughts positive, it doesn't cost any money. Okay, keep your mind positive, thankful, not complaining, not grumbling, not gossiping, not this one. Positive, thankful, grateful, appreciative, valuable, positive mindset. The positive mindset operates at a high frequency. Okay, there is a frequency range, operates at a high frequency when you are positive. Okay, high frequency means you are in a better health. Cancer patients operate at 400 hertz. Healthy people operate between 650 to 750 hertz. HZ, HZ. So they operate at a high frequency. They don't have all these illnesses, sicknesses, and disease. So it's important that we maintain a positive mindset. Then you operate at a high frequency, and sicknesses don't come to you. I mean, it looks very strange, it cannot be. But this is cognitive scientists, MRI, neuroscience research is all telling that. And when you have positive thoughts, the brain, the hormones, positive hormones release into your body. Serotonin, melatonin, and all those things is released into your body, and your body is healthy. Positive thoughts. Negative thoughts, on the other hand, produce negative chemicals that is not good for the body. So our thought patterns actually affect our body. Positive thoughts, we can be creative. It can also increases your IQ as well. IQ, EQ, everything. So it doesn't cost any money. Just have a positive thought patterns. Think positive. Sometimes we get angry, we get this, but quickly you overcome that, So these are all important discoveries neuroscience is finding more and more. Okay, and it's good for you, good for everyone. Okay, so okay, finally, whichever God you're believing, that doesn't matter. Okay, there is only whatever God we are all worshiping, the one safe God. You work as though you're working for God. How about that? Work as though you're working for God. You won't complain, right? You won't complain, you won't grumble. You're working for God. Hey, when you're working for God, you're doing your best. If Prime Minister Modi comes, asks you to do a job, you want to do the best job, right? What about if God tells you, okay, your employer may be a human somewhere, okay, doesn't matter. You may have a good employer, not so good, doesn't matter. You treat not so much your employer. You do work as though you're doing it for God. Whether it is software project, whether it is whatever you're doing, do it as though you're doing it for God. And you should expect God to bless you. It doesn't matter your human employer. You can change your human employer from a not nice to nice. So this is, I mean, that is how I see. I want to do whatever I do. I want to do a quality job. Not always I do it, but I try to do within the time I have. I try to do a quality job. Even if I write a book, I try to revise quite often lah. Try to put it. Hey, this is a nice flow and good examples, good for the students. So I try to do that. So hopefully, what else? I think that's all I have. I think. Any questions you may have, or your time to go home. Really doesn't matter. So I wish you all the best in your job search and have a positive attitude. And God bless you all. Actually, I have prepared some more, but I don't want to do la. Any questions?
Session. There won't be full session here. If you have any queries, you can ask.
Be friendly, okay? I like to be all friendly. I treat everybody the same. You know. You want to take a picture or what? Okay.
Side, sir.
Yeah, yeah, sure. They come down.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sure, sure, sure.
Good afternoon. I, Dr. Shilpa Devi, Assistant
Sorry.
Professor, Department of Computer Science. On behalf of JS Science and Technology University, I extend a really hearty vote of thanks to Professor Sir who spared time from his busiest schedule to bless the occasion. Today, we had an opportunity to gain knowledge about new skill set for IT careers, and this will surely be going to encourage us in our future. Sir has given elaborate information and knowledge about job market, technologies, math skills, and soft skills, which are required for our job. I thank all the students, faculty members, and IT team for joining us for the informative session. Thank you, sir.